I gotta set some stuff up. Set some stuff up on my computer. Uno momento. I need to share it out. But get in here. Get in here. As you guys come in, hit like, hit share, tag someone. This actually is a general video. So this actually might be a good one to just like share even to your regular platforms as well. I know sometimes it's hard to share it to groups because groups don't like for a lot of videos to be shared because that can get overwhelming. So I get it if you cannot share to a group, but yeah. So y'all can see my hair is up. I am at home. I am not in the office today. So it's a very chillax video, but I think very much so a needed discussion because I've been looking on social media, and although, don't get me wrong, I applaud the creativity, some of y'all are bugging. Okay, I'm just saying. We're gonna break it all down exactly what I'm talking about. So as you guys come in, just give this video a thumbs up. Yeah. So let me go ahead and just get my share on. Hello, everyone. How art thou? Let's see. Go. Nope. Share to a group. There we go. We're gonna share this to my group. All righty. All righty. Copy. Post. Oh, I forgot to use add everyone because I don't think I'm going to do another live video today. So I could have did add everyone because you can only use it once a day if you didn't know that. Hold on 1 second. I have no idea what this is. Hold on. Okay, there we go. All right, let me go ahead and share this one more time in this group. All right. Okay, so all done, all set up, all done. All right, here we go. So hello, everyone. How are you guys doing? I am Shakia, the professor of HSE 365. We are the home of Honestly Speaking. That's our product line, brand name, where we carry the absolute best sublimation papers. So if you've never checked that out and you are someone that does sublimation as far as printing it in-house, definitely check out our website and see what we have to offer over there. We also have classes on learning Silhouette Studio, Silhouette Cameos, graphic designing, business, and so much more. You can also find the information on shop.hsinc365.com under 365 CA classes and playbacks. So check all of that out. All right. Some of you guys may or may not know who I am, but I do a lot of teaching, especially on the business side. Over the years, I have, built within my platform, within the brand, and just kind of elevated to being someone who is a reliable resource when it comes to talking about this creative business. And really we do a lot of design. Like we have the classes for like the design and learning how to do things and incorporate them in your business, but it's important to understand the business side of all this as well. Let me know if is there a buzzing, because I actually have y'all on my laptop and it's now starting to like do something. So let me know if the audio is kind of messed up for you guys, because I will probably have to find my earbuds. So just let me know, little quick sound check if you guys can't hear me before I get too deep into this. That would be great. All right, so we'll do a little sound check here, but I'll just continue to just kind of introduce myself, and while I wait for let me know like the sound check. So but yeah, over the past couple of years, I've really positioned myself to be a valuable resource when it comes to business and understanding business. And with some things that happened this weekend, I see a lot of creatives utilizing social media to boost their algorithm with the viral, I guess you could say, nationwide situation that's going on. And then there are some who are basically bringing their business into this, right? So I think there are some definite do's and don'ts. And this is just from my personal and professional experience and expertise, and really a lot of it is built on opinion. If you share the same mindset and thought processes as me, you will understand where I am coming from. If you are someone and you're like, whatever, I'm gonna do what I want to do, you don't really think this way, how I'm going to present this, that is perfectly okay. We can agree to disagree on this topic. But just from a business coach standpoint, we're gonna have a little discussion. Not anything too structured. As y'all see, like I said, my hair is up. I probably, in hindsight, probably look at hotmess.com. But I'm home and I really wanted to have this discussion. All right. So who here by now, I guess if you have not heard about it or seen any of the videos, you must have been very focused and very busy this weekend. However, Alabama has made the news again. First, it was your homegirl and her antics with the Target run and the Cheez-Its. And this past weekend, Alabama has made headlines again in a very, what is now like viral videos from every which angle. On a brawl on a marina, I guess you could say deck. So who here does not know about this viral movement that is going on right now? Who does not know anything about? You haven't seen a video. Maybe like my mom, you don't really watch very much news, so you wouldn't have seen any news coverage on it. So actually, let's do it this way, kind of how some people do it. Put a 1 if you know about the situation. Put a 2 if you have no idea what the heck I'm talking about. So 1 if you've heard about the situation, and 2 if you have no idea. And while you guys are doing that, I'm going to go through and say hello to a few people. All right. So hello, incredible greetings. Thank you for joining us. Hello. Incredible greetings. Hey. How are you guys doing? Incredible afternoon, Danny. Hey. Hello. How are you guys doing? Hey. Hello. I am incredible, amazing. How are you? Classes are invest. All right, thank you for letting me know that the sound was fine. Hello. Hey, Miss D, how are you? Okay, so I see one that says I haven't, and then we have one, 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 one. So we have the two. So I saw a video but had no idea what it was about. Two. Oh, okay. So this is very interesting because there are a lot of twos here, right? So even before we get into, I'm sorry, let me turn on the light because the more I move, it's going to keep messing with the lighting in here. So hold on. Because I'm facing the window, it will mess up the lighting as I move back and forth, back and forth. So this is actually pretty interesting. I feel like I look crazy as I don't know what right now, but oh God, I feel like I look crazy, y'all. I can't be on here. I guess I can't be on here talking about business and looking like Who Shot John. So maybe I should take my hair down. But it was all pinned up, and now that's just probably going to make it even worse. All right, so it's interesting to me that there are quite a few people who wrote two, right? So that, just to kind of start off, is an important lesson for a couple of different things, right? Sometimes we can get in our own heads, and if one person posts a bad review, whether it's on social media, sometimes even on your website, you will go absolutely nuts and think that the entire world is against you, when there's only a small fraction of people who actually saw that that negative comment. Same thing goes for the great reviews and comments. You have to just keep doing business, keep standing on what you know your principles are and how you conduct business. So don't think that a negative, like just because someone in this world, in this nation, this just in our country, post in your city, post a negative comment, that everybody will see it and your business is doomed. I've talked about that quite often, but this just kind of helped reiterate that don't put too much emphasis on that, because it's going to be a great deal of people who have no idea what they're talking about and have never been privy to that information. And also to say, don't give it energy. If you have customers who don't know anything about that negative review, but then you go on the defensive and you go public where your audience can see it and they are connected to you, like they will see your content when it comes up. If you go public about it, now you're putting them in your business, something they did not know about. Now they're probably going to go on a search, on a hunt for this information, to probably try and validate this information, and you've created an unnecessary situation for yourself. So do not be so quick to publicly respond to negative comments. Okay. So exactly. Okay. Reputation is everything, but it does not completely define who you are, because some people, like, if it truly is how you do business, that's different. But if it's based off of someone else's their experience, based off of like how they view things, it may have been lines of like the lines of communication may have been blurred. So it doesn't necessarily mean that that's who you are on a regular and what everyone can come to expect from you. So that's a little bit different. But yes, reputation is definitely everything, and you want to make sure that, you know, even though we may have some not so favorable encounters, that overall your face is good. Okay. All right. So if you don't know, now I'm going to bring a little bit of light to the situation that happened. So there was, at a marina, there was a boat that was supposed to be coming in, but there was a smaller private boat that was blocking where another boat was supposed to come in at. The people were asked about moving it. And they just kind of had this attitude of, I'll do it when I get good guy gang ready. And so an employee there took it upon himself to move the vessel. And so, I mean, he did what he had to do and he moved that vessel on down. And so then someone who was a part of that party, whether they were the owner of that vessel, just someone who was partying or, hanging out on that vessel, meaning the boat, they came down or whatever, and they got into a heated argument with this male. And for context, I'm going to bring up race in this. So it was a Black male, and then the boat belonged to Caucasian. Well, the person that came up was a Caucasian male. So I don't know who owns it or whatever, but that's the person those are the two that had the initial confrontation. And this man was simply doing his job. That's it. Like, he needed to clear that area. So the person came down and they didn't like it. And it went back and forth, 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 until the point where it got physical, where the Caucasian male threw a blow and he struck the Black male. And this caused them to kind of tussle. And then other Caucasian men, who I don't know if they were actually a part of the party that was on that boat, because it was a whole lot of them, but a whole bunch of them just kind of came and jumped the worker. Okay. So from now on, I'm just going to say the boat goers and the workers, because I don't want anyone to feel like this is racial. However, it is what it is. So a bunch of them came over, and a 66-year-old man. So a bunch of young, old, whatever came over, and they basically jumped this man. Well, actually, I have to bring up race again. So in seeing this happen, there were a lot of people recording, because it wasn't like just kind of immediate thing. There was a lot of back and forth. He was trying to explain what happened. The guy was like, basically, I don't give a goddamn. And it was a whole lot of going on. You could tell this worker tried to hold his composure as much as he could. And then once it got physical and they all came to jump, some bystanders from somewhere everywhere. I will say you guys are some creative folk. If you've ever seen Avengers, and when Doctor Strange, they do like the and they can come through. There were people with those, because it seemed like these people came out of everywhere. So at first, people came down, and there's all these videos. You can go watch it and see for yourself and make your own determination on who was in the right, who was in the wrong in this situation. But they came down, like some other people kind of came down to help the worker. And at first it was kind of like, okay, come on, like get off. I'm just trying to push around, whatever. And then more of the shirtless, I like someone said that, shirtless party goers, they came over, and it became this all-out brawl. There was even a young man who worked for one of the charter boats, like the boat tours there. Homeboy jumped off the boat and swam in the water to get to the dock to be able to help. And it just became bananas. Like it went crazy. There were women jumping in, and I'm just like, my grandmother always said that a man should not put his hands on a woman. But at the same time, women, we have to understand, if you go and you put yourself in and you interject yourself into that situation where there were men brawling, and you hop your butt up in there, don't look all shocked like, oh my God, a man hit me, when you get busted upside your head. That's all I'm saying. So, I mean, it was older, younger, white, Black, women, men. The young man, I'm going to say children, because the young man that swam across was actually 16 years old. So it was a lot. It was a lot. So much so to where at some point, a folding chair was picked up and somebody played a game of whack-a-mole. And that is what a lot of people are focusing on right now. One, the swimmer, and two, the chair. The whack-a-mole, I'm sorry, it really was like whack-a-mole. People were pushed into the water. If you haven't, now that you know, if you have not seen it, it's on every social media platform. Like, people are going to grow their YouTube channels because people are looking for these videos. So people are basically, it's like video arbitrage, to where they are taking those videos, like other people's point of views, and they are compiling them all in one. So some people's channels are like growing. They will definitely get their watch hours from this because the videos are everywhere. So there's really no way that you cannot find a video of what happened, and you make your own determination on how you feel about the situation. All right. So that is kind of in a nutshell. Like, you see stuff like the police are like, look, it's too many of y'all. Okay, again, not to necessarily make it about race. However, we cannot deny the colors of their skin. The initial officers that were on scene were African-American women. And it's like, this is I said, don't be surprised if you get hit. These are African-American women who were like, it's a whole lot of y'all. I don't care if you blue, brown, purple, orange, whatever, but it's a bunch of males fighting. What I'm not going to do, and at that moment, as a police officer, I don't even blame them, because they were totally outnumbered, and I would have rather them go and let them fall out instead of pulling out any weapons to where lives would have been taken unnecessarily. So I actually applaud the restraint that those officers had in, I mean, even when it comes to like tasers, like somebody who was really trying to break it up could have got, I applaud their restraint in waiting for help to come, because they got good sense to know, as a female, you don't jump in the middle of a brawl with a bunch of dudes unless you want to get hit, police officer or not. So I applaud their restraint. Okay. But yeah, police officers at the time were not doing anything. And then when others did come on, it's like trying to really assess this, because it was all out. There was a fight over here, a fight over there, like people being thrown in waters. And then the whack-a-mole situation happened, and then whatnot. So right now, a lot of people are talking about it, which, if you have any mention of it on your platform, just kind of talking about it as a, like, just like a news story, it's just in like just general conversation, it can really boost your algorithm. This right here will boost my algorithm. I'm not gonna lie, right? But there is, for me though, there is an important lesson in this other than just boosting my algorithm. Okay. But it's something where people who you probably have not communicated with on social media in a really long time. Yes, your friends on there, but if you really look at how many people are on your friends list and how many people's posts you actually see on a regular, how many people do you actually interact with on social media? How many people actually interact with your posts? It's probably going to be less than 5% of your friends list that you actually engage with on social media. So some people saw comments and they saw engagement from people who, like I said, they have not engaged with in a long time. So it definitely became an algorithm booster, to where there was so much going back and forth. Once the dust settles in this, you have now created a situation where when you do go to post about your business or whatever, like real information that you want to have going on, because you've had this engagement on your post, on their post, and things of that nature, your content, even if just for a small window, will end up showing up on their FYP. And to me, that is one of the major keys in this, is it's increasing your engagement. Even if it's for you, like if you found the situation funny, it doesn't, if someone's coming across your timeline, that means at some point you have run across each other. That's one thing about like Facebook. Facebook doesn't like really give you a lot of random stuff. Like if someone's post is like for friends of friends, or if you go to certain sections and it's like it's for the public and stuff like that. But normally on your timeline, there's some sort of connection, whether you are friends with them, you've seen them in like a group, or they are friends of friends, that like some of your friends have been tagged, but it's not ever random in what you see on your timeline. All right. So if you were to interact with it, if you found it funny, if you saw something come up, laugh, like put the, laugh to it, drop some sort of comment. Okay, so now we're going to go over the do's. All right, so it's drop some sort of comment. Hell, you make a post, and it's crazy. People will make a post and they have their own post where they can interact, but then they will still go to other people's posts because they want to see people's like different perspectives. They go and they check the comment sections to see if you had any funny memes or any funny pictures. So there's a lot of engagement going on, even if you did not care for it, right? Don't see it like, so you're going to have some people that are going to say, like, they're going to call you names or call you with this, call you with that, whatever, but this is still your opinion. So like for me, I will say, I did not care for him to whack-a-mole the lady that was on the ground, because to me that was very random. And when everyone kept saying, like, talking about the whole GoFundMe for him and his look, I think the rest of the brawl, there would be a way to kind of, and although I know that woman was involved in hitting someone, she did not actually attack him. She was not engaged in any type of interaction with him. Him walked over and whack-a-mole her behind. It's going to be hard for him to beat that charge. And that's just being real. That's not me, going against my culture. The law is the law. It is what it is. And I personally did not agree with the second hit. Now, the first, he had homeboy pinned between that boat. I can't even say nothing about that one. But the lady in the red, I really didn't see that being justified. And I couldn't, I can't go and just be like, I can't be on your side, because that was whack. I'm sorry. So even if it was me voicing that part, did I know that I was going to get a bunch of flack from people? And, just a whole, trust me, I've been on some posts and I got railroaded for saying he was dead wrong in that situation. But guess what? Still my opinion. I don't care, because what I did was I still created engagement. I boosted my algorithm, even in standing firm on my opinion and being open with expressing that opinion. So it doesn't have to be that you will go on the post in total agreement with it. Right now, it is a engagement frenzy. It is an algorithm boosting frenzy to where now your content may appear on the timelines of people who you barely ever interact with. And that is always a good thing, because I am a firm believer that even bad publicity is like, what is negative publicity can still be beneficial to a person or company. Okay. So let's get to the creative people and those who, this is probably going to go over not so great, right? I do see someone that has just posted on there. I see someone said shirts are being made. And I do see my girl Chandra. So it's like, I've been getting orders for the shirts and shares from people I don't even know on the shirt. And I posted. So now here's my thing, right? You have to be very careful with these shirts, tumblers, mugs. I've seen people making earrings. I've seen all sorts of creative things being made. And as a business coach, mentor, professor, therapist, whatever you want to call me, for me, it really separates the crafters from the business owners. I'm sorry. It really, really, really separates a crafter from someone who's about business. Because who are you really, like, by doing that, right? Who are you really trying to target in that? For some people, as like when I initially thought about this, I saw quite a few people who do a lot of business to business orders, and like, you know, they make things that are business to business. So if your core demographic is business owners and doing B2B, what business owner is about to wear this shirt with this on there? Now you are blurring the lines of what you're branding. This is why branding is so important. There was a way to market yourself within this by engaging in posts. And right now, while social media is on fire and people are really paying attention to social media, put out your brand. Now you should also be flooding social media with, whether you get a like or two here or whatever, it doesn't matter. Like, you just gotta, it's like kind of like the luck of the draw. Right now, you should be putting out content about your business and what it is that you do, because people are looking, people are coming to social. If they went and they were on a hiatus from social media, guess what? This situation has them back on social media, and you need to take advantage of it by putting your business out there. But you don't want to go and put these out there and it's like, that's not your target audience. There are some people who don't like this situation, thought that it was very childish, or, you know, whatever personal feelings that they have on it. Some people, and I'll say, I can only speak for my community and the community that I know and the people that I have spoken to. And a lot of the content that I have seen on the personal side comes from people who look like me, because that is on a social level who I predominantly socialize with on social media. On a personal side, you know, like, I mean, of course, there's a mix. Like, it's always so weird having that conversation, but everyone has someone that they predominantly communicate with. And then when you kind of see certain people and then their whole thoughts on it, some people are going to, and it's so funny because it's a lot of messages of, we are not our ancestors, we fight back. And then I saw a shirt that says, oh yeah, we're just like our ancestors, we're gonna fight. Wasn't y'all just pushing to the narrative, like, for another situation? Don't try us, we are not our ancestors. I'm like, people, that's the story for the whole other day. But anywho, there are going to be some people that they want that shirt. I'm sitting up here wondering, what are you going to really wear this shirt to? What message does wearing that, like, to me, I think it's one thing when you're talking about it on social media. It's kind of like that whole, they call, like, in our community, I'm not sure if other communities have it, but I can, again, speak for my community, that kitchen table talk, or when you're talking to your significant other, that bedroom talk and stuff like that. Like, it's something that you laugh about, talk about. But are you really going to, there's some things that need to be broadcast and you're going to wear it in support of it, but is that really one of them? You have some people that are going to feel like, why, right? And then there are some where they like mess, they like the foolishness. You have to ask yourself, is that the clientele that you want? Are they impulse buyers to where they're only buying this because of the viral situation? Are they ever going, so, or in this moment, and you providing that, this viral shirt to them, what did you do to follow up to make sure that this is not the only thing that I do? This was not a, hey, I have a Cricut machine, I have a printer, I'm just going to start off my business with this. What else do you have to offer? So when you kind of did you have anything on your website that said that this is, you know, for entertainment purposes only? Are you setting up your emails once they kind of make the purchase to where you can follow up with what it is that you actually do. I will say, I liked how you did yours, Chandra, where it's like, hey, this is a quick shirt. This is going to last you for 3 to 5 days, blah, 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 blah. I loved how you actually wrote that on yours, okay? So yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you are going to remarket to them, great. Some people are set up for that, which is a good do, right? Well, you have this, and now because they're on your email list, you can remarket to them. But do know that for a lot of them, that might be a one-time purchase because it's something that was funny. You know, a lot of people are making that a really low-ticket item to get people on their email list. That means that they may not come back. You may end up getting some new customers for it, through it. You know, you may not. But you have to think about the person that would really wear that. Is that the clientele that you want? I'm not saying there's anything, again, let me put this disclaimer out there. I am not saying that there is anything wrong with that type of clientele. I'm saying you, for your business and the target audience for you and the clientele that you would like to have in the long term, does that person fit it? When you created your business plan, you created your marketing plan, you thought about your ideal customer, who they were, their likes, their dislikes, their fears, their children, their family, their perspective on life. The person who you would see wearing that and would be okay with just wearing that out in the public, is that your ideal customer? And if the answer is no, why are we creating designs for that to attract that clientele? Oh, see, now the numbers are dropping. Y'all don't want to hear the truth. It's okay, though. It's okay. Those who need this information, they will stick around and, you know, hey, they'll take heed. All right, so that's like the first thing is do understand who your target audience is and if this matches them. And if it does not, do not engage in these types of designs, okay? The next thing is when it comes to the designs, so many people are throwing ish together and it looks thrown together. Some are very, like, there was thought put into it from a graphic designing standpoint, and it will allow your creativity to shine through. Even in making something like this, I think that there still needs to be a certain level of professionalism in how the designs are made, and it's not something that's just thrown together, because you now don't want potential. These are first-time customers, and although they may want that, when they get it, they're kind of like, I mean, I got it because it was funny, but now you've put this in their head, like you're not very creative. Like for stuff like this, I can see myself coming to you, but like when I really need something done, if this is the level of design that you do, I'm not really trying to rock with you. So you have to be very careful in how you create the designs. Okay. And how well they come off. Like, is it something that's kind of just thrown together? Did you just go and take one of these memes or whatever, like these quotes, and just type out the word and just throw a chair? There's really no thought process to the composition, the layout, the colors. It's like you just threw something on there. There's a picture that's going around. It's not necessarily on a shirt, but there's a picture that's going around. And it's of Harriet Tubman, and she's kind of leaning forward, and she has a chair in her hand. You can tell the one that was just put together by someone who is not necessarily in this business. They're not a graphic designer. It was someone just making fun of the situation, and they threw it together because they have her, and then they have a chair, but you can see like the grass and all that stuff around it. You can see the box, and like it's just there. People still ate it up. They're laughing at it. They're commenting on it. They're dropping other pictures on it, underneath it. Then you see pretty much that exact same imagery, but you can tell it's someone who actually knows graphic designing, because that person removed the background. It really looks like Harriet is actually gripping the chair. There's also the one of Jamie Foxx, and there's some where you can still see the whip, and they did not bother to, remove that. They put another hand on top of it. And then I seen one where it looks like Jamie is actually gripping this chair. You can tell the difference between an amateur and someone who is great at graphic designing. So if you are going to do this, be very careful with the graphics that you put out, and that it does not come off as unprofessional, and that you are a newbie and you don't know what you're doing. Because although they will like that shirt because it's just funny, it's a novelty shirt, they are not going to come to you when they really need something, because you have set the precedent for what your designs look like. Don't be so quick to jump on this because you see a bunch of people creating shirts. You're thinking that they are automatically making money. Oh, well, this has to be something. People got to be making money from it. Everybody making shirts. A lot of those shirts were just mock-ups, never to be sold, never to be put on a website. I just saw someone where she created a design, really nice design, watermarked and all, a girl Katrina, and someone took it, watermarked and all, and said, y'all, I'm going to be selling this, and I'm going to have it within 48 hours or something like that. Boo Boo Kitty, you got that exact same graphics? So I'm so interested to see. And then she said $25. That's even your design, boo. Are you finna go and take it from her design and remove the oh God, because I can't stand that. To take it from a shirt and remove the background, and then you're gonna slap that on the shirt, the quality of that is going to be horrible. So if that is that person's intention to do that, they're gonna shoot themselves in the foot, because one, you charging top tier. Like some of the, that's kind of a midline, $25, and you finna give me some bullshit? Oh, no. Okay. So you have to be very careful about the graphics that you are choosing and to put on these shirts. I would highly recommend that you do have a disclaimer that this is a novelty shirt. This is something that it's not going to sustain your business. You will not be selling these shirts 3-4 months from now unless it becomes this big thing about their court dates and stuff like that. But this is not a shirt that you're going to be selling, or a style or a theme of shirt that you're going to be selling 6 months from now, a year from now. You really have to think about your long-term goals in this whole situation, right? So just be careful in how you are presenting yourself to people. Okay. So I do it to show people that I can design quickly and can print any design marketing. So this is only from for me. And like I said, you have some customers who don't. Take what I'm saying as a grain of salt, because I have a different mindset as a business owner. I don't necessarily see that as you can design quickly. I think, there are some times where you do need to have things designed quickly, but at the same time, is that really a design, right? You may have been able to put something together quickly. It was, friend, don't take it the wrong way. I love you. I promise you. I love you to the moon and back, okay? And we can talk afterwards. But it was a screen grab of someone's video and then their words at the bottom that I've kind of seen before. So I'm not sure if you designed it from scratch, whatever. So that's saying that, hey, I can put something together quickly, which for some, if they already have images, and just in that comment alone, it doesn't tell me that you are able to customize something quickly. Like if I gave you an idea from scratch, that doesn't really tell me that. And that's the only thing in that, right? This is the problem. People think because something sold that it's a positive for their business, and that's not always the case. But if that is how you feel in that situation, and you're like, a sale is a sale is a sale, I don't care how it looks, it sold, again, there are people who they resonate with that. And if the person that resonates with, like I said in the beginning, if that is your target demographic, then you are winning. The whole thing in this is understand who is going to be attracted to those types of shirts. And you have to decide if that is the audience that you want. Okay. Like I said, I do appreciate the fact that you know, and I can tell like the method, because I know the methods. I know the method you're going to use, that, hey, this isn't like a longevity shirt. Like you kind of put that disclaimer in there, and that's great, right? That you have that in there. Some people may not realize that this was a novelty shirt. Like I would probably have some sort of disclaimer on there, because with the price of it, if that's not the normal cost for a custom shirt for you, you want to not set that expectation that your shirts are going to be this amount. If this was a marketing, like this was a quick lead, I'm just going to say marketing. If it was a quick lead magnet and this was your low kind of ticket offer and there was nothing else that kind of followed up with it, just make sure that your communication afterwards and almost immediately afterwards lets them know and communicates that this ain't the regular price point over here. We do quality over here. Like this is all fun and games. Do understand, if you want something custom, it definitely ain't going to be this price. We have to make sure that we are communicating that properly so that we are still maintaining the type of customers that we want. Okay. That's like when you go to a concert and people are selling shirts outside. There's different levels of quality. Exactly. Very much so true. You know, you don't want to be the person that's like when Martin did it, and what was the name? Was it not Whitney? It was supposed to be a Whitney Houston, and Brother Man from the Fifth Floor spelled something wrong. Oh God, I can't. Was it? Oh my God, was it Hutton? Or it was something? Oh God, I feel like I'm feeling the culture right now, because that is something that is totally like, that's like pop culture for us. Like, no, everyone should know, if you've ever watched Martin, to know what that shirt says. And I feel like I am feeling the culture right now, because I cannot remember what the shirt said that Brother Man from the Fifth Floor made. I know her name. It's a lot of letters that are missing. So it was, okay, Whitney Hutton. Okay, so thank you, friend. Lord, because I was like, wait a minute. I know that it was messed up. I just could not remember, what it was. But that's like when someone rushes that and they're out there kind of branding and things like that. So if you go out to a concert and you kind of just throw some stuff out there, they're just trying to get a quick sale. I don't know why. I know you, Chandra, right? I know the quality of work that you do. I know how much business you have, right? So I took yours as, hey, this is a quick lead magnet. But because I know you, right? Others who may not know you and may feel like how I felt about some of the other people who kind of did some of these designs, and just in the manner in which they did them, comes off as desperate for a sale. I don't have anything else going on right now. It also comes off to me as you ain't really too booked and busy, because if you got time to create this and you already have an established brand, you have orders, we stopping to do this and to create these and to produce these. I saw a lot of it. It just comes off a little as, you really don't got nothing going on right now. So right now, any money is better than no money. Again, this is just, I am Shakia the nurse from East Cabell Pericles. This is just my perspective. I am not saying it is Bible. It is right or wrong. I'm just expressing how I perceived it. And there are tens of thousands of millions of people in the world that just might think the way that I do, and they could have been a potential client for you. Now they're giving you the side eye. Okay. And That's the thing. Just because someone is asking for it doesn't mean that you have to oblige. You can choose to, but I'm saying for anyone. I'm just commenting to it, but this is for anybody under the sound of my voice. Just because someone asks for it does not mean that you have to oblige. You don't have to have this mindset of, well, they want it, right? They're posting on my timeline. They want it. If I don't, somebody else will. It's okay to let somebody else do it. Maybe they need it. Like, you are someone that does not need that. Your work speaks for itself. The quality of your work speaks for itself. You can go and you could have taken advantage of the media storm, maybe even created the design the same way. Remember your other design that you did? Created it to where it's viral and people now know about you. But it doesn't mean that you ever had to sell it. You could have used it to get eyeballs on your business if you wanted those types of eyeballs on your business. Yes, it can be a fly-by-night trend. So the other part of this in taking advantage of something that is viral, making sure that you are actually prepared to handle those orders. We often put things out there and don't think about the what ifs, right? Some people will put it out there and they're like, look, if I can just get 5 or 6 orders, if I can get 10 orders, if I can get 20 orders. But what if you actually had a design that was amazing and people really wanted it? Did you think about, when you put that design out, did you go and do the research to know where you're going to get the shirts from? Or when you put it out there, did you say, okay, I'm going to have this number of shirts, right? So I'm willing, at the inventory that I have, if I get orders, I'm going to keep 2 of every size that I have. And that's all I'm going to put on my website. That's all I'm going to take orders for. Because now if you get more than that and you're willing to take more than that, if you were not prepared and they kind of want, this is only going to last for a short period of time. People want that shirt now. I really don't foresee people wearing this shirt a year from now. So it's like somebody wants a shirt right now. Are you prepared to provide that shirt right now? This is not directed at you. This is for everyone. Are you prepared to provide that shirt in a timely manner? Do you already have the inventory? If it was a situation where it's like, yo, I've been sitting on this inventory for a long time. If I'm going to get rid of it like this, I'm going to get rid of it like this because I want to get rid of these shirts anyway. I want to get rid of these mugs. I want to get rid of these tumblers. I want to get rid of this acrylic. Let me go ahead and do this up real quick. And hey, boom, at least I'm not losing money. This is what big boxes do all the time. This, they sell it at a real low cost just to be able to make their money back. If you were doing it for that, cool, kudos to you. Hey, you're going to make your money back. But if you're not ready for it, if you had this really dope and the right person got a hold of it, the right person reposted it, did you make sure that you knew which one of your vendors had shirts in stock? Because now everybody's doing it. So just because on any other regular day, your vendor always has your size, right now, this is something that is viral. People are making shirts. So in this moment where you normally get your shirts from, you may have waited too late and somebody else don't order up all the shirts. Do you have a backup vendor that you go to? How prepared were you to inject yourself in this viral media storm? So that is something that we have to think of. We have under do's and don'ts, do be prepared for the what ifs. Don't put yourself in a situation where if you were to go viral, you are not able to handle it because you did not create a plan. You just jumped on a trend. That is the biggest difference between a crafter and a business owner. Someone that's running a business is going to think about, they're going to foresee, they're going to look ahead, and they're going to make sure that their T's are crossed and their I's are dotted. A crafter will quickly jump on the trend and not think about what's to come. And now, because you cannot fulfill certain things, you are taking people's money. And if the shirts are not available, you weren't really thinking about the method that you were going to use. You know, yours is different, Chandra. You have You have printers on top of printers on top of printers at your disposal. Some people don't. Some people rely on transfers. So if you are someone that relies on transfers and you're taking all these, it's not like you went and you invested in these transfers ahead of time. What if your printer starts, like some people have just the regular print, like the inkjet, look at me saying inkjet, have the regular dye ink or pigment ink, like just basically transfers for darks. And that's what they plan to make them with. What if your printer goes out in the middle of this? You're putting a product out there that you have not prepared for. Don't be that person that's doing this and you are not prepared. If your mindset going into this is just to get a couple of dollars, then you are not thinking like a business person. And we need to maybe think about whether or not you are actually running a business. Okay. So my last, I had one more, I think. Wait, did I do all of them? Going viral, the design, target audience. Oh, well, I kind of said it because I kind of went into it with your pricing, about pricing for stuff like this. This is, you have to remember that this is kind of it's a trendy thing. It's really fun. You have to be okay with not making your regular profit for something like this. Don't think that it's going to be this major money maker, because most people for something like this, they're not going to pay top dollar. They're not going to pay $35, $40 for this type of shirt, because for them, it's just something that is funny. It's a novelty shirt. So be very intentional with your pricing and what this is meant to do for your business. If you don't get any hits, don't feel like, well, dang, how's everybody else come with all these shirts? Maybe you priced it too high, because homegirl that priced her shirt at $25, that wasn't even her design. I would hate to be one of her customers. Okay. That's a good one too. If you are someone that's going to take advantage of these viral storms and these like trend storms, if you're going to take advantage of that, it might be that you need to outsource it. So like you said here, you went viral with the Jerry Springer design, right? So you are someone who knows that, and I think you said up here too, that people are looking for you to post every time a viral moment happens. I don't know your business. I don't know your back end. I don't know your customer retention. I don't know what that's like. I don't know if those who are looking for those viral moments are only buying shirts for viral moments, yet they will go to others for other items. So you yourself also have to be very careful with that you are not, if that's not what you want for your business, you are not creating this culture where it's come to you for viral moments, forget about you if not. Like you don't, what are you known for? I posed a challenge to some people to make a post on their platforms to say, hey, I'm looking for X, Y, and Z, right? Things that you do, and see with the people who interact with you in your timeline, do they recommend you? Do they recommend somebody else? And what's that ratio of people that recommend you versus recommending someone else? Don't be worried about it. Don't worry if they post someone else, because you need this data. You need these analytics. I did it on my platform. Folks I don't even rock with, I done left their names right there because I'm not worried. The people who hey, they said whoever names they said, and guess what? I'm gonna come right back under it, and I'm going to mention our product, talk about the benefits of it. Baby, once I have you, I have you. I'm gonna capture your attention. So I'm not worried about it showing somebody else's brand, or somebody's gonna go and figure out who they are. Now, if they want to, they can. And if they decide to go with that company, that means that I did not market and brand myself correctly, or there was something about my product that they simply did not like. They were not going to purchase regardless. If they had a choice between one or two people. Like, no one is ever going to be someone's only choice. If they had a choice between me and that company, they chose the other company, I cannot get upset about that, because my job, it was to make them understand the benefits of Honesty Speaking, Summation, Paper, and E. My job was to make them understand the benefits of enrolling in 365 Creative Academy courses for Silhouette Studio, for sublimation, for foam board, for event planning, for business. And if I did not do my job, I failed myself. It wasn't because somebody recommended somebody else. So we have to also take ownership of the sales that we do not get and think about what was it and what we did. Was it that wasn't our customer to begin with? Did we not market it correctly? Did we not present it correctly? But I don't want to be known as the person that I only come to you for something viral, because if something big and viral doesn't happen for 6 months, 7 months, am I supposed to go without sales for that long? I want to be like, you have to think about what you want to be known for. Okay. There's literally people on my friends list that don't know that I do shirts. Graduation season, someone I know personally was referred to me, and we've been friends on this. And exactly. And that was the purpose of me kind of telling people to do that, because you'll be surprised. I'm on here every single week talking about my products. On my post, when I made it, and I even asked, hey, do you know, like, trust me, I practice what I teach. I teach you to do things because I've tried them and I know them to be tried and true. So I even went, and when I made that post, I had this whole thing about how did you first hear about us? And then when they gave us whatever number it was, do you know about the other things that are on here? And there was some people that said, no, I did not know that you sold this or X, Y, and Z. Somebody said, wait, you do business classes? Tell me more. So people may know you for one thing and not know that you do anything else because of how you are branding and marketing, and being able to take advantage of several resources and several ways to market. Everyone that's on your friends list does not know what you do. If you have grown, if you have elevated, if you have added things, y'all know how like those gurus like to tell y'all to add additional streams of income, and they teach you the wrong way. But if you have added an additional stream of income and you have added on a new type of craft, yet you are not really promoting that craft, that stream of income, I don't care if they were a long-time customer. They could have been coming to you for 25 years. If you did not properly market that to them and show them and educate them that you now have this service, guess what? They only coming to you for what they've known you for the past 25 years. This is a part of business, not just crafting. Okay. So that's my time, because I'm at an hour. So hopefully this was helpful for you guys. Be sure to share it out. Give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to visit our web. And remember, the professor taught you. This is all in love. This is all from a place of I truly want everyone to win in their business and understand their business. If you want to be around for a while, you want longevity in your business, there are things that you have to do. So many people start businesses and they end up folding. And it's not that that's a bad thing. It becomes a learning experience. And if you decide to get into business again, you know what to do and to not do. You know the do's and don'ts. But definitely visit our website if you like what you hear, if you like what you've heard here, and my perspective on things and my mindset on things is how you think and the way that you want to be trained. It's the type of business education that you want to help your business grow. Definitely check out our classes, get on the mailing list. Our Business Academy will be opening up in the fall. And we're going to have, like we did the creative business program. There was part 1 of that. That was the pilot program. Now the full-fledged program is going to kick off in the fall. Now that I've kind of taken that that information, and I built it out. So we go through everything from marketing. If you're brand new, you don't have to, I don't believe that you have to have an e-commerce website. As long as you have some social media presence, you can still be taking orders via Google form, writing them down like a handwritten form, things like that. But I teach you how to do that efficiently and effectively. I teach you about branding, marketing, pricing. Once you know you are ready to go to structure your business, and let the state in on your business, because that's going to set you up for getting things like funding and things of that nature. We talk about that, but there is a progression to it. I'm not a firm believer that you have to go into it automatically, like wanting to think about an LLC and think about business funding, because if you don't have a good grasp on business and you don't know what it's really going to entail, you're going to go through all this and you're going to invest a lot of money and then feel like you lost a lot of money because you were not prepared for it. I had people that paid $500. My creative business pilot program was $500 if you paid for it one time. And it was people in there that don't have a business. They're still in the, hey, this is my passion. I heard that you can make some money from this. I want to kind of see the whole scope of business. And the things that I showed them, there were several of them that were like, you know what? I might be jumping the gun. I'm glad that I invested this $500 before I wasted so much more money. And you ain't got to believe me. It's on the recordings in the class where they have said, I don't know, this got me thinking now because I don't know if I'm ready for this. I had someone even email me and say, this is a bit much. Can I get a refund? This wasn't on that one. This is the summer program. Can I get a refund? Because I'm scared. I'm freaked out. I don't think I'm ready for this. And there's a way to, to handle that or whatever. But this is not an easy thing. Like, it's one thing for someone to tell you, yes, you can make money. You can hit six figures. Just do this, do that, get this printer, do this method, do all this. But they're not teaching you about any of the business side, the stuff that will keep you up at night, that will give you headaches, that will have you having a heart attack at the age of 42. Because of the stress level. They don't teach you about that, but I do. All right. So definitely go and check out the classes that we have on our website, as well as our products right now, all because it's HS Ink month. On the 28th, it will be 3 years since we launched our Honestly Speaking brand. I'm super excited about that. So this month, all of our classes, all of our trainings are buy one, get one 50% off. If you have a need for our sublimation paper, pigment ink, or sublimation ink, if you buy any HS Ink paper or ink product, you actually get more of a savings and you can get a class for 60% off. We have a $250 class that there's a lot of people that paid $100 for. They got $150 off just by buying ink, and then they got that Photoshop class for $250. That's priced at $250. They got that 8-week training for $100, and all they did was buy a bottle of ink. So definitely go check that out on the website, shop.hsink365.com. Until next time, guys, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. Peace.